guys, it's Heather. Yes, today we are I'm just gonna show you how I clean my brushes, my makeup brushes and my makeup sponges. I always like watching these videos, trying to see like, how do other people do it? What soaps do you use? What techniques do you use? How do you do it? How do you dry them? How do you do all that? It's kind of nice to see how other people do it, to kind of get some tips and ideas on, oh, maybe I'll try it that way. Maybe it might be easier to do it this way. You know what? We're going in my bathroom, so if you see any messes, shh. I'm sure your bathroom's a mess too. I don't have a housekeeper, so let's go. Bathroom, so I'm so sorry if it's like all echoey and the sound is crazier. So sorry. But yeah, so I've got all these little makeup sponges, and then we've got some brushes to clean. I'm gonna go over just a couple of different products that I have used, just kind of maybe give you my opinion real quick on some of these different like daily cleaners that you can use. I've got a couple different brands over here that I've tried. Give you my opinion about those, and then I've got some like soap ones that you would actually like get your brush wet and soapy and then rinse it. Okay. So like what I've been using is, I've been leaning towards these two. This thing, the Cinema Secrets, I love it. I'll put down below how much this one, the 16 ounce, and how much a 16 ounce is. I get the little tin. You don't need much. It is very fragrant, so if you're somebody who's very sensitive to smells, I wouldn't recommend it. You just barely like touch the tip of your brush. You don't have to go in there and like swish it around. You just touch the tip, and like your brush like kind of like soaks it right up. A paper towel, and you go like that, and then it comes like right off, and then it just kind of move down a little bit. Keep going. It's getting less and less, and then you're also kind of drying it too. You don't want to like push really down hard so you're fraying your brush, but it comes clean. Just kind of go back and forth while it's kind of spinning the brush a little bit. Do little circles, but again, like I never push down really hard because I don't want to like destroy my brush. But then you see like as you get over and over, it's really clean, it's dry. I'm not really good about cleaning them every single day, you know, like I don't. I don't know. Somebody out there that's like super on top of it and they like, you know, clean their brushes every day. So I mean, that's Cinema Secrets by It's It Brushes Brush Bath Fritz. Well, here, so this one, I just spray it on there a little bit. Same thing with the paper towel, just kind of move it around. Does the same thing. So it's a little bit better if you're sensitive to smells. It does have its own unique scent, but I don't think it's nearly as strong. Honestly, I guess if I had to choose between them, I can't. This one, I guess. This one, I don't care for too much. I think I got this one in BoxyCharm. This one, I just personally, like when I first got it, I used it several times. This one isn't nearly as fragrant, but I find that this one, although yes, it gets it off, I found that I have to spray it again. The other ones, like the It's and the Cinema Secrets, when I'm going down the line and I kind of move down and I'm going like this with the paper towel, and then by the time I get to the end, my brush is, you know, pretty dry. But with this one, my brush still feels really wet, and then it's gonna have to air dry for a while, and then it doesn't even seem as clean. This I would not repurchase. I'm just gonna say that. Works fine, works okay, but I have other ones that work better. So that's just my personal opinion. There might be people out there that say, oh girl, you're wrong. No, I love that stuff. Well then, good for you. But in my opinion, I don't like how this works for me. So, and then Ulta Beauty, their brush cleaner. Sprayed a couple times. See, even as we're going down, like it's still dirty. Now, maybe this brush was really, really dirty. Maybe the other ones weren't as dirty, but this was the same thing that happened the last time I used it. I've only, like, I think this is just my second or third time trying this one. Smell, it seems like this one doesn't have as strong of a one. It's kind of similar to this one where they do have a scent, but it's not nearly as strong as Cinema Secrets. And I kind of wish Cinema Secrets they would take that blue out and like just have it be clear. Like, is the blue necessary? I like the blue. I mean, it's kind of fun to look at, but you know, like we don't need all that dye and stuff. So what about just putting it in like a blue bottle that's still like transparent, that you can see the liquid, but the liquid is clear, but the bottle is like a clear blue. You know, you get what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, Cinema Secrets. So let me hit this again. Let me spray it again to see if it'll get a little bit more clean. Couple little spritzes. Yeah, it's still like, still working on it here. It's clean. We're at the end. It feels a little damp. The NYX Professional Makeup On The Spot Makeup Brush Spray Cleaner. Let's spray this one a couple times. That's pretty fragrant. That's actually kind of smells floral. I'm not real big on artificial rose smell, so I'm not even sure about this one. This is like another brush, same brand. I think this one is Complex Culture. Like this one that we use is Cinema Secrets. It looks brand new, like totally completely fresh. But this one that we've used with the NYX, although it did a decent job. So let's spray it again. Doesn't seem like any more is coming off, but it's still like stained. I kind of want to dip it into Cinema Secrets to see if that Cinema Secrets would get it off. Let's try that. So just kind of touch, like just, you know, just dip it in there just a little bit. So it seemed like it got a lot cleaner. It did get it, it's not, I would say that got a lot cleaner. That got a lot cleaner doing the Cinema Secrets. So those are the ones that I have. These are the two that I love. I've been using. I will always use these. If I had to choose one, it'd be this. Like I could only have like one cleaner. That would be it. It would be Cinema Secrets. And then whatever's left in there, like just leave it in there. Keep it upright, because I'm not sure, like it's not, you know, like I would just toss it in your drawer and like have it be on that side. It'll leak out. But these are my favorites. They're still my favorites. I will always purchase these. You can kind of see a little bit of hard water stains here. Please ignore that. Okay, so I have my towel off to the side. Some of these little cleaning type pads that you can use, like textured, they suction cup. You can like stick them like in your sink, so then when you're cleaning, you know, you can just go like that and then rinse it under the water and you're all good to go. When I'm using them with the soap, I like getting the bowl, and actually this was a set. I think I got these on Amazon. I think I had it on one of my Amazon hauls where so if I put a little soap in there, and if I'm using something like this or something that's flat, or even something that's like this that has edges, but going like this, and like the soap gets out, and I feel like I waste soap, and I'm always having to get a little bit more. This is just kind of a little gimmicky. I think I saw this on BoxyCharm. I picked it up. It's just a couple of bucks. It does a decent job. You got your little ridges in there, suction cups. You know, it's got the suction cups for the sink. That works okay, you know. Then you got this one. I think this one is by Beauty Blender. Yep, Beauty Blender. It's got the little handles on there, so then you can hold it. It's cleaning it like this, so you kind of got like a little grip. That's how I use it. I don't know, is that how you're supposed to use it? And then you can get these ones like this, cleaning your sponges, or you know, your brushes. Okay, so those are like the pads that I use. After using all of these, the ones that I like the most is this. I love this. It's got a little bit of grooves on the bottom. It helps keep that soap in there so it doesn't go down the drain. And then different bars. What I've been using is actually this. I think I may have picked this up from BoxyCharm. It's got a little bar of, it's like a little bar of soap in there, okay? It's got the little scrubber on the lid. It's like a suction cup on there too, so you can like take it off and like clean it and dry it. And so then Beauty Blender also makes their little, I don't know if they come in like little tins or whatever. I guess I don't have one, or if I did have it, I don't know where I ended up putting it, but I just grabbed a little dish from the kitchen and put the Beauty Blender bar in there. And then the little scrubber. Is that also Beauty Blender? I think that might also be Beauty Blender brand. I'm not sure on that, but. So then It Cosmetics, they have their bar. I have never tried this actually. This is, since I like their spray of their like daily cleaner, I thought I would try their bar just to give it a go. We'll try that today. And then this might be, I'm hoping this works. This is like less than $2 for this big honkin' bar of, how do you even pronounce that? What is it, Zote? We're gonna try all of these to see which one's better. So the liquid soaps that I've used is like the Beauty Blender brand. They have this one. It's an unscented. I think this came like with a kit or something, like came with like a Beauty Blender or something. But anyway, and then they had their liquid charcoal one. I just thought I got it, tried it. It's out. They're fine. These work just fine. And then just recently, I picked up Real Techniques cleaner. So I figure we'll try this. This I have not tried. We don't need to try all three. I mean, basically, I just kind of wanted to show you. These ones I'm just going to put off to the side. I just wanted to show you that there's different ones. I mean, obviously, you guys probably know that, but kind of excited to see if this works. So I'm gonna get that out and put it just in this dish. Cute. Just stick it in the dish. Oh, it has a scent to it. Hold on. It just smells like an old-fashioned soap. It's not bad. Now, I have really bad well water. I live in Minnesota. I live in the country. Like, this water here is not filtered. It's not, it's just regular well water. Like if I was to fill up like a small kiddie pool, like we did that once for our dog, and the water was like, it looked brown because there's so much iron in it. So we have like a filter in our shower, on our shower head, so it's not getting all over like our hair and our skin and stuff. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But if I wash like a load of whites, it can come out and it can kind of look a little dingy. So it's just kind of like this little bit of a struggle that we kind of have living out in the country. But anyway, so with my brushes, because I don't want to rinse it with the well water, I do a final dunk in bottled water. So this is actually bottled water. We have a reverse osmosis system that we use for our drinking water. I don't know. I've always kind of thought you don't want to use hot water because you don't want to like mess up the glue or the adhesive or whatever it is that's in here holding your brush, the bristles, you know, like, and then when you're rinsing it, just kind of rinse it like that so the water is going down. I wouldn't recommend having it like this and then having the water like rush down, and even drying it upside down. Don't dry them upright like that. That's just my unprofessional opinion. Get it wet. Get some soap on there. And then, you know, use something like this. Okay. And then when it, just kind of stick it off to the side, and once I get a whole bunch of them that are to that point, then I'll rinse them. Making sure you're getting all that soap off. Keeping your brushes down like this so it's not, the water isn't going up. That's what I do, is just because I've got the well water. I just kind of, I rinse them in bottled water just to rinse off the well water. Like underneath it, I have another towel that's like folded up. And then even this part of it, I have folded. It's slanted. So as they dry, the water is running down and it's not, you know, lying flat. I'm sure it would be fine, but I'm trying to get, I don't want any water to like stay up in this part. I know there's like a technical term to this part of the brush, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, okay, so we tried this one. That works great. Lavish. This is the one that I've been using, and technically you can just use the scrubbing pad on there, but I prefer just kind of using the bigger one. But this one, it works just fine. Let's try the Beauty Blender one. That's these. Get it wet. Get some soap on there, get it all soapy. This one I guess doesn't work very well. It's not, it doesn't have any suction on it. So it's kind of all over the place. So I probably wouldn't use this again. This is kind of a pain in the butt, so. But anyway, so that seems like that works pretty decent. I mean, I don't see any difference. It almost feels like if you took this product and you took that product and you mix them up, I don't think I could tell the difference. They seem like they work just as great. And I've kind of come to that conclusion because I've tried so many different products with cleaning my brushes. I haven't really noticed one where it's like, well, that doesn't work at all. So that seems just fine. Let's try the IT one. And so far, this seems great too. Let's try this. This thing has got me, because if this cleans as well as anything else, I would have to say this is the way to go. This works great. It didn't get too sudsy. It kind of seems like the Lavish and the Beauty Blender one got a little more sudsy. The It one didn't get as sudsy, but they all three work just as fine. So holy buckets, this cleans pretty good, guys. But like going back over here, so we've got like we've tried all of those different bars. Don't mind my little dingy towel, but it's clean. And then, you know, like when they're sitting here, I try and soak up as much water from the brushes. And once they're kind of sitting here for a while too, I will take this towel off and then put another towel down just to get them really nice and dry, just so they're not sitting in that it gets wet here because it's all draining down. So whether or not you just kind of slide them up or you get another towel, fold it over, give it like another dry area. So I'm sold on this. I think this was less than $2 for this big honkin' soap. This thing is just a beast. Okay, so now going over to this. Using liquid soap, the Beauty Blender brand, their liquid soap that they have. I'll pour some in there, okay, just like that. Kind of pour some in there. You don't need to like fill the bowl or anything, but just kind of get some in there. Just scrub it in there if you want. I mean, you can do whatever, but at an angle, you can let your soap kind of pool down there. Get a little bit of soap on there. I don't think I've ever used a bar soap or a liquid soap that hasn't gotten it clean, where afterwards when I'm drying it and it's on the towel, you know, like the towel is all dirty and there's just a little bit of makeup on the towel. Like I've never had that problem. It gets it really nice and clean. I mean, I'm gonna keep that because I still have some soap in there, so I don't want to rinse that out because there's still a decent amount of soap in there. Your bigger brushes, you get it wet. Get a little soap on there. Get it wet. A little soap. Really swooshing it around. And again, I mean, you're going to be tempted to turn your brush up, but I wouldn't recommend doing it. I don't know, to each his own. I mean, that's how you do it. You've always done that, and well, good for you. But I don't like doing that because I don't want water getting up in that little shaft part. I don't know what I know there's a technical word for it, but for like my big ones, I'll take my towel, really try and get all that water off. These ones, I don't know, I've never tried it with a bar. I've always done liquid with beauty or makeup sponges. What have you guys have done? I've always just used liquid soap. My gosh, this thing works so good. You guys, this soap is amazing. Look at how clean that got. It's a pink and white marble one, but there isn't any trace of foundation on it at all. Here's another pink one. Let's try that. Get wet. Do a little bit of the liquid. Oops, sorry, I'm like wasting water. Thing I would say this works better because I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but you can actually still see a little bit of staining where I can still see a little bit of foundation on it. So if anything, I would say this works better, and it's only $2. Another way of drying, so what I have, so I do this with my brushes like I showed you. So then drying these, you kind of, they're fine on the towel. If anything, I lay them all out. I put another towel on top, and then I just kind of push down on them and get it as dry as possible with a towel. And then I picked up one of these from Shein. You want to get as dry it as much as you can before you would put them in here. Then put them in that. If you're somebody that has lots, I mean, if you're somebody that doesn't have lots, you only have like one or two brush or sponges, but just make sure there's a little bit, you have got that airflow. And then I just hang that on my shower curtain and just let it fully, dry, further. And I have this that I got at Ulta that you can put on your, hang it on your shower curtain because it's got these little hooks. Then you can stick your brushes in there. The only thing that I did not like with this was if you've got some like chubbier ones that are just a little bit thicker, I can't get them up in there. Like there isn't one that's big enough to hold all of them. So otherwise, yeah, I mean, it works great. It's a nice little space saver, especially if you've got just a few brushes that you need to clean. Then it's cute. It's Cinderella. I think I got this at Ulta. They don't have it anymore. They just had it for a little bit. And then I think once they were sold out, then they were done. Okay, thanks so much, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.